Hello, my name's TJ Hampton, and today I'd like to tell you how to tie and untie a knot called a boline. I've worked for the tree industry for the past 15 years, and during this time I had to use ropes to rig trees, pull trees, and even pull out logs and all sorts of other things on the job. And a good rope is no better than the knot that you tie in it. And the two things that you want out of a good knot is reliability and the ease of untying it. If you can't untie the knot that you've tied, you're going to end up cutting your rope, which is going to make it shorter and shorter, or you're going to spend so much time untying it that you become frustrated and downhearted. There's even an old saying out on the job which is called a hem knot, which states hem tight, hem untied. We all use knots from time to time, and we use knots probably every morning to tie our shoes. This knot, the boline, that I'm going to teach you today is not exactly like the knot you tie in your shoes, but like the knot you tie in your shoes, it's very easy to untie. You can use the boline knot on almost any kind of rope for any kind of application. There are 5 steps that are involved in tying this knot. First is the loop that you create by flipping it away from you on the dead end of the rope. Next is taking the free end of the rope, running up through the loop you created, then around behind the dead end of the rope and down back through the original loop you created. Then to untie the knot, there is a loop which is the key to all the inner workings of the knot, which makes everything loose so you can untie it. And to get started today, we're going to need a rope. Right here is a 1/4 inch regular nylon rope, and I'm going to put it behind my neck today as the object we're tying to, because this knot is much easier tied when you're facing away from the object that you wish to tie it to. Right here is the dead end of my rope, which is the long end that goes on out here. This is the short end of my rope, which I will do most of the tying with. First, you take the dead end of the rope in your right hand and flip it away from you. This forms a knot that forms a loop that looks just like this. You do not want your loop to look like this. It seems simple, but it's very important. Your loop needs to look like this, with this part of the rope on the outside. Next, you hold the loop with your left hand when you take the free end of the rope and run it up through the loop that you made. Now, while still holding the loop in place, you take the free end of the rope and run it in behind the dead end of the rope. Now you take it and run it back through the original loop you created. Now all you have to do is pull it tight. Now that you have it tied, no matter the weight or how hard you pull on it, it's not going to slip, and it's not going to unravel, and it's going to be easy to untie. And the reason it's easy to untie is this little loop right here. This loop is the key to untying it and making it easy and loose in here to where you can get it untied. You take and just pull it back like this, and then everything in here becomes looser, and you can just pull it right apart. Now you're free from your knot, and you've not had to cut it, you've not had to get frustrated. It's been easy, and it's just a good all-around knot. And I'd like for you to hopefully remember these steps to where next time you have a rope and you need to tie it to something, you can tie a boline and it be a simple, easy fix, and it be something you know is going to hold, and you know it's something that when you get ready to untie it, you're not going to have to get frustrated, you're not going to have to get a pair of pliers or try to use your teeth to get it loose. It just comes right apart with just your hands. And I'm going to show you these 5 steps just one more time real quick. The dead end, the loop forward, free end up through, around the dead end, back through the loop, hold tight, and there's the bowline. And next, to untie, just pull that, everything's loose. I hope that my lesson has helped you learn a little bit about knot tying, and that it may save you a little time, maybe even a little money in the future. And I'd like to thank you. This is TJ Hampton. Bye-bye.